Thank you. As I said earlier, it's such a pleasure to be here with all of you and to support this event. Entrepreneurship is a passion of mine, and I really enjoyed hearing about the ecosystem versus the ecosystem. And one of the things that Dr. Brandon and I have often spoken about is that necessity is the mother of invention, and COVID-19 has presented quite a bit of necessities that we needed to be focusing on at this time. However, entrepreneurship is the father of invention. And so I am very pleased to see how our Caribbean people have been so resilient, jumping forward and ensuring that they are creating actions and not just talk. And I like that we don't want talk anymore. We want to develop our region's entrepreneurial with resilient people and sustainable communities. My very first person on my panel, and I'm so excited to have her speak because I'm really impressed by what St. Kitts and Nevis has done for their island state in ensuring that there has been very minimal outbreak on their island. And I think it's so apt that today we have the Minister of Health and Gender Affairs with us so that she can speak to us on this particular matter in reference to what they are doing there on St. Kitts. I was trying to share my screen, but I guess it's not possible. So I'll just go ahead and introduce to you. And before we move on as well, Honorable Hazel Brandy-Williams has been waiting to get on for quite a while now, and she may have to leave us shortly. So I will change the order of things and have her start off first. But I'd love to tell you a little bit about her. She is the Minister of Health and Gender Affairs at the Nevis Island Administration in the island of St. Christopher and Nevis. She holds a Bachelor of Arts in Finance from the University of the Virgin Islands and a Master's in Science specializing in Risk Management and Financial Services from the University of Glasgow in England. And these are very apt qualifications at this very difficult time that all of us are facing. And so I'm even more excited to hear from her and what she'll be presenting to us today. From 2013 until 2017, she was a junior minister, and her responsibility was in social development, youth, sports, community development, the Basic Needs Trust, and sustainable human development. And prior to that, she has a lot of experience in the Nevis Island Administration, where she's held many different roles. What is very important for us to realize is that her diverse background and interest in the financial world, along with her community involvement, has made her one of the leading champions for women's empowerment in her country. And she has participated in various international UN events and conferences, and was elected in June 2018 to coordinate the Caribbean Parliamentary Forum to promote an open dialogue and foster alliance among Caribbean countries on sexual reproductive health and rights. And I believe that all of this really gives to the Honorable Hazel Brandy-Williams my sincere gratitude and respect. And I wish to see so many more women in our Caribbean states take on these challenges that she has within her portfolio. So join me in welcoming Honorable Hazel Brandy-Williams, the Minister of Health and Gender Affairs for Nevis Island, as she will speak to us on what her government has done since COVID-19 in terms of business recovery and continuity with resilience, especially within its entrepreneurship environment. Minister?
Thank you very much. Good morning and a pleasant good morning to everyone. And thank you very much, Dr. Brandon and your team, for this very timely invitation. I must congratulate you and the organizers for this very important conference. It comes at a time when countries around the world are looking for answers, looking for viable options for us to continue living with COVID. And so for you to bring this to us, it is a welcomed gesture at this time. Thank you, Madam Chair, for your opening remarks and welcome remarks. Yes, I am indeed the Minister of Health and Gender Affairs in the Nevis Island Administration. And I would like to start by saying I must congratulate the few entrepreneurs we have seen already, and I am certain that we will see the others in the ensuing days. COVID has presented us with much challenges. And as a government, from what you call a small island development state, we are trying to see how best we can sustain lives and sustain livelihoods. My position is twofold in that I am concerned with the health of our nation, but at the same time, I have to also be concerned with the livelihoods of women, that vulnerable group which finds itself at the bottom tier of most things and are most affected, especially in this time of COVID. So I have a double whammy battle to fight at this time. But what makes a good government is the foresight and the resilience of a good leader. And we have seen leadership at its best in the Twin Island Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. At the federal level, we see the leadership of Dr. Timothy Harris, and in Nevis, we see the leadership of the Honorable Mark A.G. Brantley. And so with that collaboration, we are somewhat on a sustained path, but there is a lot that needs to be done because it would require the involvement of all. And to date, what we have seen being done at the government level, the federal level, we have seen a number of stimulus packages being made available to entrepreneurs. I want to start by saying that COVID, as challenging as it is also proving to bring out the best in us. And we see much innovation coming to the fore, and more persons are venturing outside of their comfort zone to become entrepreneurs. So for persons who are venturing into the agricultural area, the government has had and has revealed a package and released a package, stimulus package for all new and existing farmers. And so for crop farmers, we have seen farmers being assisted with land preparation, harrowing of the lands, preparing of the lands, slash and clean lands, plow, harrow, fencing. We have also seen seedlings. They have been given seedlings from the Agriculture Department's nursery. Persons would have enjoyed a number of seedlings. We have also seen, for those existing farmers, we have also seen duty-free exemption on all importation of seeds and other agricultural products. We have had the waiver of the VAT and other duty and other charges. For those who are in the fishing industry, we have also seen a stimulus package made out to them as well. They have received free fish pot wire. They have received the exemption from the importation of outboard motors, anything that concerns your boat and things like that. They have received full duty-free concession on those. We have also seen in the area of tourism, those persons who are taxi operators. We have seen extensive training in that area. We have seen restaurateurs. They too were exempted from paying certain taxes that they would have had to ordinarily pay. And we have also seen there is an artisan village where young entrepreneurs apply their art on the spot and sell their goods. Those persons would have received a 6-month exemption from all rental charges for their spaces. And so we have seen our government putting out an excellent stimulus package for those persons in the tourism industry, as well as in agriculture, both farming and fishing. We have also seen the dialogue between government and banks, the financial institutions, to provide a 3-month moratorium for those persons who are in those businesses to get their interest rates waived for 3 months in the first instance. And some institutions have taken upon themselves to give another 3 months. So there are 6 months. The moratorium has been waived for 6 months. Out of the COVID, and this is, for me, the biggest thing that government has done so far, through the Ministry of Health and Gender Affairs and through the Gender Department, we have organized boot camps, because what has happened as a direct result of COVID, we have seen the layoff of some 280 persons from the Four Seasons Resort. The Four Seasons Resort is one of the larger employers akin to government, and we have seen a layoff of some 280 persons. We have seen all-right closure of the Brown Hill Communications, and we have seen another 150 persons out of jobs. And so we have come up with what we call entrepreneurship boot camps. We have had one so far, and we have one presently going, and then there will be a third one before the end of this year. And what this does, it encourages persons who have novel ideas in becoming entrepreneurs to be exposed to the necessary training, how to market your business, how to take care of your books, your startup capital, and things like that. So they have been exposed to a 6-week rigorous training as to how to help them to build their business and to become true entrepreneurs. We also have some space for some persons who are already in business but are struggling, so that they now are exposed to that additional information as to how to ignite some new fire into their business and to have them up and running as well. We have also seen training from the Gender Department in backyard farming, backyard gardening. A number of persons are now turning to their backyards and planting even the necessary things that they can just go out to the backyard, pull, wash, and put in their pots. So a number of persons have been exposed to this training. Our thrust is towards women, and we are not being biased here, but we know that women have been at the low spectrum of earning and of even becoming entrepreneurs. And so we target them because we want them to be able to sustain themselves and to lead livelihoods. So the boot camp in particular is geared towards women, but because I'm the Minister of Gender, I have to allow 1 or 2 men to come in so that I can have some equity. I am pushing for equity, and I have to at least allow some men to come so that I will not be penalized elsewhere, as if I am looking for equity on one hand and not on the other. But the majority of persons at this boot camp are women. One of my challenges, though, and one of the is something that I would like to hear address over this course is, how do we assist women in entrepreneurship? In most cases, they don't have the know-how, they don't have the financial ability. And if we are thinking of parity and of equality, there ought to be some way in which we can help women financially to become economically empowered. And so that is something I would want to put on the table for the doctors to kind of give some thought and have some discussion as to how we can push more women in entrepreneurship. The statistics of St. Kitts and Nevis suggest that we have over 65% of our households being headed by women. And if they are to lead active lives, be sustainable, and even become entrepreneurs, then there must be some additional assistance somewhere to give them that push that they need to become entrepreneurs. So it is all right for us to salute the entrepreneurs who are already up and running. But the big question is, how do we provide, or how do we empower other women to become entrepreneurs?